Assalamualaikum, my name is Daniel Iskandar Professor Iskandar. Today I want to present to you about the introduction India country. India trivia. India is a country in South Asia. It is the second most populous country, the seventh largest country by land area, bounded by Indian Ocean on the south and it shares land borders with Pakistan. As shown, the population as of Sunday, January 3, 2021. How about inflation rate in India? This is the graph show the inflation rate in India from 1985 to 2019 with projection up until 2025. What is inflation? Inflation is defined as an increase in cost of living that causes low purchasing power. It is a situation where there is too much money chasing too few goods. Causes of inflation. Firstly, the money supply. An increase in money supply that outpaces economic growth. For the result, the value of money can fall because of the changing public perception of the value of underlying currency. 2. The national debt. When the national debt increases, the country will find the solution by printing more money that will lead directly to an increase in money supply, which will turn lead to devaluation of the currency and increased prices. And 3. Exchange rates. Increasing exposure to foreign marketplace. That means when the country has become less valuable relative to foreign currency, foreign commodities and goods more expensive for the consumers.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Erin Arisa Zafira Izzati binti Abdul Razak from class BA 1193H. So this is my part. Moving on to introduction of unemployment. Unemployment occurs when a person who is actively searching for employment is unable to find a work. Also referred to as joblessness and often used as a measure of health of the economy. During periods of recession, an economy usually experiences high unemployment rate. Unemployment wastes resources, increase poverty, and promote conflict. Next, we move to the effect of unemployment. The first one is individual, lead to homelessness, illness, and mental stress. Second, for social, workers lose skill which causes a loss of human capital. Next, socio-political, high unemployment rates can cause civil unrest in.
My name is Farah Adrana binti Badrul Hisham. I am from BA 1193H. So my part is current macroeconomic problems in India. I would like to talk about unemployment and inflation. So we start by unemployment. 5 million or 50 lakh salaried jobs were lost in July, taking the total number of layoffs in the formal sector to over 1.8 crore. Some businesses in informal sector reopened post-lockdown realizations. Most informal businesses depend on the cash flowing from the formal economy, such as salaried jobs. Okay, next is the inflation. In July, retail inflation rises to 6.93%, way above the RBI's medium. The July inflation figure out at 6.93% is worrisome when compared to the 3.15% on the Consumer Price Index in July 2019. This reduces the possibility of a rate cut by the RBI to near future. It also means that demand for loans could remain lower due to elevated interest rate, and low demand for loans means lesser new business activities and fewer new employment opportunities. Moving on, the impact or consequences macroeconomic problems in India. Unemployment, a purported increase in crime. One consequence of unemployment frequently commented upon is a purported increase in crime. Next, increasing dependence on working population. The employed people can contribute to increasing in the demand for the goods and services as they too can't afford them. Next, increased government borrowing. It doesn't just pay unemployment benefit, but a family who has unemployment will be more likely to receive housing benefit and income support. And the last one is lower GDP for the economy. That's all from me.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Anati Nurul Jannah binti Azizan. I'm from MBA 1193H. Today I would like to share about the impact macroeconomics problem in India. What of the macroeconomic problems? Yeah, inflation. Firstly, bank will increase interest rate. Banks will increase interest rates as inflation increases, otherwise, real interest rate will be negative. This makes borrowing costly for both consumers and corporate. People will buy fewer automobiles, houses, and other goods. Industries will not borrow money from banks to invest in capacity expansion because borrowing rates are high. Secondly, productivity of company. Inflation also affects the productivity of companies. They add inefficiencies in the market and make it difficult for companies to budget or plan long term. It can act as a drag on productivity as companies are forced to shift resources away from products and services in order to focus on profit and losses from currency inflation. Thirdly, uncertainty and falling investment. Firms respond unfavorably to inflation for several reasons. Inflation dampens consumer confidence and spending and reduces aggregate demand. Inflation increases costs and reduces competitiveness, which can lead to falling demand. Firms may anticipate that interest rates will have to rise to deal with inflation, and this undermines business confidence. Falling confidence is likely to force firms to postpone capital investment. Lastly, redistributes income between groups. Inflation can create a random redistribution of income given that inflation does not have an equal impact on individuals and groups. For example, individuals who can protect their earnings or their assets from inflation will increase their income relative to those who cannot. Lenders need to charge a higher interest rate to compensate for the falling value, then for the loss of liquidity suffered as the value of repayments fall.
Back with Erin again. Now we move to the appropriate measure to overcome the macroeconomics problem of unemployment. The first one is get creative. We are able to build general skill. Building and promoting soft skill for green job is a great opportunity, especially for younger people, to get out of the unemployment pool. We need to keep educating ourselves. Find the perfect educational opportunities. Take online courses, paid or free, focus on one or even more subjects. Second, use soft labor intensive technology by reduce the machine and use human labor in producing products. Third, launch revenue empowerment programs for strengthening commercialization of youth enterprises through innovation. Identify and removing unnecessary barrier to youth entrepreneurship development. Fourth, reducing the age of retirement. The economy becomes more productive. The sane and decent things to do is lower retirement age. It will provide more jobs for fresh graduates. Last but not least, encouraging self-employment or entrepreneurship. 4. Reducing hiring and firing costs. Second, supporting the innovation capacity of micro and small firms.
Measures to overcome the macroeconomic problem. Inflation. Firstly, wage control. Limiting wage growth can help to moderate inflation. Lower wage growth helps to reduce cost-push inflation and helps to moderate demand-pull inflation. 2. Open market operations. Target specific short-term debt markets. These targets change periodically to achieve and maintain an inflation rate within a target. 3. Contractionary fiscal policy. To reduce money supply within an economy by decreasing bond prices and increasing interest rates. 4. The decrease in government spending to slow growth in income and employment and dampens inflationary pressure. And lastly, contractionary monetary policy to reduce the money supply within an economy by decreasing bond prices and increasing interest rates, so spending drop and inflation slow.
Conclusion. The economic growth, unemployment, inflation, and current account balance are the most important variables that show the performance of an economy. The quality of the relationship between these variables is extremely important when applying economic policies. Moreover, there may be harmony or contradiction between the policies to be implemented on the issues. In other words, unemployment policies for economic growth also lead to a decrease in unemployment, while trying to lower inflation could put negative pressure on unemployment. Therefore, the alignment or contradictions between the intended objective and the instruments to be implemented should be taken into account when making policy proposals. In more accurate terms, the relationship between unemployment and inflation is temporary in the short term because both variables may change in the same direction in the long term.